shared reading book this week is The Elves and the Shoemaker. So this story here has some interesting little characters in it. I'm going to read you this story, and then there will be another video with your task for today's learning. So, this book focuses on the sounds You might say that sound a little differently. And The secondary sound, or the digraph, is sh. So let's give this book a read. The Elves and the Shoemaker. The Elves and the Shoemaker. Written by Lucy Waterhouse. Illustrated by Claire Fennell. Vince made nice but boring shoes to sell in his shoe store. No one ever bought his shoes, so Vince was very poor. Vince worked in a simple store. He sold no shoes, so he was poor. Vince spent every coin he had on leather for new shoes. He spread the leather out to start, then shuffled off to snooze. Vince worked in a simple store. He spent his coins and had no more. The next day, Vince got out of bed and saw a shocking sight. Shiny shoes were on display to everyone's delight. Vince worked in a simple store. Nancy rushed in through the door. This is Nancy. Nancy paid him twice the price to buy the shiny shoes. Vince now had more coins to spend and bought new things to use. Vince worked in a simple store. His luck had changed, that is for sure. Every morning from then on, more shoes were in the store. Vince had more new customers than ever seen before. Vince worked in a simple store. Everybody wanted more. The shoe store became famous. It made national news. The magic mirror, free newspaper, super shoes, and then the sparkly shoes. Then Vince began to wonder, who made the super shoes? Vince now had a superstore with more coins than ever before. So Vince stayed very late one night and hid behind the door. He looked up and was shocked to see 2 elves enter his store. Magical elves. Vince now had a superstore. He watched them from behind the door. I must repay the elves, thought Vince, and tried to plan a gift. New clothes would be nice, Vince said. I'll work an all-night shift. Vince now had a special store. He stitched suits the elves would adore. Look how small they are. The next night, when the elves arrived, they gave a great big cheer. Hooray! The elves adored their nice new clothes and stayed with Vince for years. Vince now had a special store. The elves looked fancier than before. From that day on, Vince's store had shiny shoes to sell. Because the new suits were a hit, his store stocked these as well. Those as well. Vince now had a special store. The elves would stay forevermore. Okay, so that was the story. The end. 4-leaf clover, the story is over.